Rickita, and I'm back with another video. So I want to help you guys get approved for the Capital One credit card. Like I always told y'all, Capital One's like my first credit card that I applied for. So I want to show you guys the Quicksilver and the Platinum. These are the credit cards I actually got approved for. A lot of people don't understand because I remember when I first started off and I didn't know anything. I'm like, okay, people are getting approved for credit cards. How? Where? And then I started trying to go get Discover and Chase, and I realized, okay, I cannot get approved. What should I do? So then I found out, Capital One give out easy credit cards. So I applied with them, and they gave me 2 credit cards. Yeah, it was a $300 limit and a $500 limit, but I got myself through the door, and eventually they raised my credit scores over. Raised my credit score over 100 points, and on top of that too, I was able to get my limit over $1,000, even though I started with a $300 and a $500 credit card. So let's go right on into this. Let's go right on into the website and see what we got to do. So when you go to CapitalOne.com, if you go ahead and hover over here, you'll be able to see that they have the credit cards here. So hover over credit cards and click right here where it says credit building. Now, when you go here, you're going to be able to see that they got the credit cards all lined up for you. So you got the Quicksilver right here. So you can apply for Quicksilver, Platinum, and they even have like a student credit card, which basically I would get the Quicksilver. I wouldn't necessarily go with that student credit card. Now, if you really can't get a credit card with them, you may have to go ahead and just get that secure credit card right here with Capital One. Now, don't forget with their secure credit card, it's going to be a $200 credit card. But if your credit's not that bad, they're going to tell you, hey, instead of putting a $200 deposit down so we can send you a credit card, just send us $49 or just send us $99. And that's only if you got to get a secure credit card. Their regular credit cards, like I said, is up here. So with that Quicksilver, look at the details right here. So you have the same APR for both of these credit cards. With the Quicksilver, you do have that $39 annual fee, so definitely keep that in mind. But if you want to apply for any of these credit cards, all you have to do is click apply. So let's go ahead and let's apply for the Quicksilver, because I know Quicksilver is actually easier than Platinum because they have that annual fee. For some reason, they want to make it easier. So what they said is you will be automatically considered for a higher credit line in as little as 6 months. So that means if you pay your bills on time every month for 5 months and you keep your balance really low, and when I say really low, you can max it out, pay it off, max it out, pay it off, max it out, pay it off. But the thing is, you never want them to report a high balance. So make sure all this paying off, you have it paid off before they actually print your statement out. So if they tell you, hey, you're due on the 5th, make sure usually on the 8th, that's when your statement is going to be, they're going to reprint your statement. So just make sure by the 5th, everything is paid down. So if you spent the whole $300, just make sure by the 5th, you pay that whole $300 off. Or maybe you just keep a $5 balance or something small like that on there. So let's go ahead and see what else we have to do. So we have to put our name in here. So let's start filling this application out, and I'll do it with you guys. So go ahead and put your first name in, put your last name in, put your date of birth in, you guys. So put your date of birth in and go ahead and put your social in. So they're going to ask you, are you a U.S. citizen? Yes, I am a U.S. citizen. So I'll just go ahead and click yes. And do I have citizenship in another country? No. Now go ahead and put your address in. Here we go here. So put your address in, you guys, and then put your email address in. And then they want you to put your phone number in. So go ahead and put your phone number in. And then they want you to say if it's a mobile, if it's your home number, if it's your work number. Now they're going to ask you, what's your financial status? I always put the self-employed, put that I'm self-employed, and put $200,000 per year. But if you don't want to put the $200,000, you can put, well, whatever your income is, you can go ahead and put it in. But a lot of times they do not check and see what your income really is. If you put that your income is only $5,000 a year, they're not going to try to give you a credit card because they're going to figure out how are you going to pay your bills. Now, what's our monthly rent? Let's just put $550 in there. And then, do you have any bank accounts? So I always, no matter what, put checkings or savings. And think about it like this too. I always put checkings and savings, but I always have a checking and savings account. The thing is, to anybody that got money, you should literally have a checking and saving account, and sometimes a money market account. That's just the basics, right? So even when I was 16, when I worked at the bank, like everybody had that. Check-ins and the savings usually always come with the check-in. So if you don't have both of them, it's like a red flag to them. Like, hey, do I want to give them money? Because are they going to pay me back? It just makes them more like scared a little bit, more cautious of you. So if offered, would you be interested in blank checks to use for cash advances? So cash advances is when you can actually take cash off of your credit cards, but they're going to charge you a fee to take that cash off, and on top of that, they're going to start charging you your interest at that time. So if offered, would you be interested in blank checks? I always just put yes, because I just thought that maybe it was just to increase my chances of them thinking they want to make more money from me. What is your primary reason for applying for a credit card? I am trying to build credit right now to pay things off. And this is optional, so I actually wasn't feeling anything. I don't remember them really having that question there. That's just something I guess they're trying to figure out what's going on with everybody. But I have reviewed the agreements right here, so go ahead and click that. Click which language you want. I speak English. And here's all the details. So don't forget you're going to have 26.49% APR. And your due date is going to be 25 days after the close of each billing cycle. So keep that in mind. $39 you got to pay annually for this credit card. So the thing is, with all annual fees, keep this in mind. As soon as you get that credit card, they already took any annual fee that they told you that they were going to give you. They already took it off that card. So technically, you don't have to spend anything on that card. You could just go ahead and pay that annual fee off. Well, excuse me, with money that's actually in your account. So definitely, if you don't pay that annual fee, so say if you get the card in the mail and you just think, oh, I ain't got to pay anything, it's good, they're going to start marking you late on that. So you want to make sure as soon as you get that credit card, if you have an annual fee, you get that bill paid right away. And a lot of people don't understand, just because it got an annual fee don't mean it's a bad card. You got you got other credit cards out there that got a $500 annual fee. They have these high annual fees, and that's only because the benefits that come with these cards. And the benefit for this card is just so that they'll report to the credit bureau so that you can be able to have a credit card. But we put everything in, so what we want to do is click here on continue. Oh, I've never put what I'm going to put here. So let's just put property manager here. You put whatever you want to put here, you guys, for whatever you do. Now, if you just employee, go ahead and put your employment information in. But I haven't technically put anything else there. I always put that there, you guys. So let's go ahead and click continue. Now, don't forget to, all of this information that I put in is not technically my information, so don't get scared like, Kita, you're putting your social, you're putting your date of birth. No, this stuff is not my information. So all you have to do is click continue. Now, they're going to ask you to make sure that you read all of this information and then click continue to submit your application. Now, since it's not my information, they're not going to approve me for anything. It's going to be an automatic denial. They're going to say, hey, take us 7 to 10 days to review this and get back to you. I already know that that's what they're going to say. All I want to show you guys is how to actually fill out that application. Now, if you actually got the credit card, what they're going to do is they're going to tell you how much you're approved for, and they're going to send it to you in the mail. Now, remember, you guys, I'm going to make another video to show you how to actually do the pre-approvals, because I kind of already did a video for that before. But Capital One actually have pre-approval, so you can click here to see if you're pre-approved for a credit card, or if you go ahead and check out my past video where I showed you guys how to make sure Capital One can send you an offer in the mail. Check that out, and there'll be a better way for you guys to get approved, especially if your credit is bad. But to see if you're pre-approved for a credit card, these are the credit cards that they're going to try for. And there should be no impact to your credit. They just want your first and last name, your date of birth, your social. They want your address here. Do you have any bank accounts? The same thing they asked last time. Checkings and savings. What's your employment status? What's your annual income? And then 2, monthly rent or your mortgage. And then go ahead and agree to these terms and see if you're pre-approved. And they'll let you know any of these credit cards are you approved for. Usually, if you're approved for the Quicksilver, you could get approved for the Platinum. If you're approved for the Platinum, you can get approved for the Quicksilver. That secure credit card is only if you have really bad credit right now and you really can't get a regular credit card. So definitely keep that in mind, you guys. And if you have any questions, definitely go ahead and let me know. But this is how you get approved for the Capital and the Quicksilver credit card. Thank you. Do is, if you want to try my trick, I want you to opt into Factor Trust. So to opt into Factor Trust, you have to go ahead and click here. So this is the website. I'll have it down in the description. I want you to opt into Factor Trust. So when you opt into Factor Trust, all you're doing is telling them, hey, I want to get credit card offers. And you have to apply you have to actually give them your name, your address, your social security number, your date of birth. They're a credit bureau, so they're similar to, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Those are the three major ones. But go ahead and click submit. After you click submit, then you want to go ahead and enter that information that I told you that you'll have to submit. Go ahead and submit that information and click confirm. Now, when you submit this, remember, you're telling them I want offers. So be prepared to get a lot of offers in the mail. But that's good because remember, you're trying to build your credit score up. And for you to build your credit score up, you need at least 4 credit cards. Now, let me show you what you can do after you actually opt in. After you opt in, then you have a chance of getting approved for credit cards without them actually checking your credit score. So let's go ahead and go to victoriassecrets.com because that's an easy website where you can just test and see if you can do the opt-in. You don't have to get the credit cards, but you can see if you get the pop-up saying you're pre-approved without them checking your credit scores and without them actually give you that hard inquiry. So let's go to victoriassecrets.com. So after we go to victoriassecrets.com, I want you to put $250 worth of items in your cart. I already have items in my cart because I did not clear my cookies. So if you try this trick and it's not working for you, I want you to clear your cookies. I want you to clear your cookies and I want you to go into incognito mode. And if you want me to go through that, let me just run through it really quickly. You don't have to ask. I'll just do it. Let's go ahead and click the 3 dots here at the top. So there's 3 dots at the top and go to settings. After you go to settings, I want you to put pop into the box. And I'm going to kind of go fast because I don't want to, if you already know this, I don't want to, pull you through it. But I want you to go ahead and click here where you see it's highlighted with the pop. Go ahead and click there, scroll to the bottom, and you want to make sure that you click pop here, and then you allow pop-ups. You make sure that it says allowed. So make sure it says allowed on your computer. Go ahead and click enter again on pop. Let's go ahead and just put pop in again. I want you to go to clear browsing data. That's your cookies. That's when they track you. They know where you've been. So far they say I've been to 169 sites. I downloaded 10 items. Like they know too much, right? So I want you to clear your data. So after you clear your data, they're not going to have this information anymore. So I want you to go to the Victoria's Secrets website, but I want you to do it in an incognito mode. I'm able to do it without incognito, but I want you to see what it looks like to do it in incognito. And this is actually called the shopping cart trick, what we're going to be doing. So I want you to put Victoria's Secrets here, click submit, click enter, and I want you to put that $200 to $250 worth of items in your cart. So I like to just go ahead and hover over sleep and go to cami sets. But again, it can be any $200 to $250 that you want to go ahead and pick the items. You can pick them yourself. You don't have to go ahead and follow these items, but I suggest you follow them, but you don't have to. And you can always rewind, slow it down, or whatever it takes so that you can go ahead and get this trick to work for you. So I like to click the small. And I like to get 4 of them. And so I get the same items. I don't like to go ahead and get different items. I think it's just too much work and it's not necessary. So I want to add this to my bag. Now I want to click checkout. Now, as you can see here, the items is actually only $198, but with taxes, it's going to put me over that $200 mark. So I'm not concerned about it. So I'm going to click checkout. After you click checkout, you want to check out as a guest. So go ahead and click checkout as a guest. Now, I want you to go ahead and type your information in, that same information that you put into Factor Trust. I want you to put your first and last name here, your address here. I want you to put your phone number and your email address in. And the only reason why you want to put that same exact information, that's because when the Factor Trust sent your information over to these credit card companies, the only thing that they gave them was your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address so that they can mail you stuff, they can email you things, you can get all these different offers, right? So put that same information in here, but I'm going to type this information in of the client that I have. So remember, you want to make sure that this is that same information. If you do not put the information in correct, then they're not going to go ahead and give you that pop-up that I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm just typing in all the information that you will have to put in so that you can get that pop-up. And keep this in mind too. There's over 60 different credit cards that allow you to get credit cards without them checking your credit score. So go ahead, if you get approved for this one, if you get the pop-up, I want you to get the shopping cart trick guide in the description where you can see those 60 different credit cards. So I have all of the information put in. So I just want to verify that everything is correct so we can get the pop-up. So far everything is correct. I want to click continue to delivery. So after you click continue to delivery, this is the pop-up that you're going to get. It's going to say, congratulations, you're pre-approved for the Victoria's Secret credit card. And this is the pop-up for all of the companies. You should get the same exact pop-up saying that you're pre-approved. Now, they're asking you to pick which credit card you want to get. So I always like to get the pink. If you watch this plenty of times because you're trying to master this trick, then you know I love the pink card. So I'm going to click accept now. And what they're going to ask you for is they want you to put your date of birth here, your last 4 digits of your social twice, and they want you to go ahead and check this box here and click finish, submit for review. So that is what they want you to put here. And remember, after you go ahead and put this information in, they're going to let you know, congratulations, you're pre-approved for $500. You're pre-approved for $1,000. Now, I don't suggest that you actually buy the things on this. I don't suggest that you go ahead and get it. What I would do is I would just exit out. So I would click that X right there. And after they tell you how much you're approved for, they're going to send you that card in the mail. So you can go ahead and look at my guide down in the description. It's called the Shopping Cart Trick Guide. And you'll be able to get those same credit cards that's on that guide. And remember, they're not going to be checking your credit score, and they're not going to be pulling your credit reports, giving you that hard inquiry. But if you have problems with hard inquiries, then go ahead and look down in the description. I have the hard inquiry removal guide also, where you can go ahead and remove inquiries from your credit reports. But yes, guys, I taught you guys the trick. So now I want you just to implement it. And remember, you want to opt into Factor Trust. After you opt into Factor Trust, it's going to be so many different offers coming in the mail. And now they're going to tell these different companies that you want to get the credit card, which is going to make it easier for you to be able to get them. So if you have any questions, go ahead and call or text me. My phone number is 833-rickita. And remember, I'm always here for you. So you can always call or text me. You're my assistants. We're definitely here for you. And if you want me to try to see if I can do this trick for you, I also have a section in the description that says, click here if you want me to try to do the trick for you. And usually that trick can be done within 24 hours so I can see if I can get you pre-approved. If you have any questions, like I said, call or text me. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment with your Cash App so you can be entered into my monthly drawing.